Second one, it's off, knocked up in the air, battle, knocked outside, nobody there for New York, and Detroit basketball stays alive.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Well, we're waiting.
Look at the bottom right corner of the next screen.
And Detroit basketball stays alive.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Only when it concerns the city of Detroit that after you participate in a game and win it, you still lose. What did Google say after we won game 2? We lost. Now throw in the non-call from game 4 that the NBA themselves came out and said they got wrong. Add it all together, we've been swept. One of my friends sent me this as a little hee-hee ha-ha for the Pistons, he said. You're going to need it for the Pistons series. There are so many people I wish I could maim. I'd bring them back to life, though, if I could snip my but and what makes it worse is that this broom is very nice. This is a very nice quality broom. The pain is that much worse. It's that much. We should be up 3-2 right now. And yes, I'm ecstatic that we won, but the disrespect starts to wear down a brother's soul. It does a number on the body, on the mental. It does things to the spirit that I cannot properly contextualize.
With the 5th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons.
Because if there was ever a town that can relate to losing, it's Detroit, Michigan.
Tell me, what's the worst city?
Detroit City.
Have you been to Detroit?
No.
Detroit.
Why Detroit?
It's just empty.
Detroit. Have you ever been to Detroit?
No.
Detroit.
Have you been to Detroit?
I've not. I'm gonna have to agree with Detroit.
Have you been to Detroit?
No, I have not.
Like some of them young kids, man, they're so good. They're like too good for their city. You know, some cities like Detroit.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I'm tired of it, man. Worst team in the NBA, 3 straight seasons. Only get the 5th pick. It's always 5th. But meanwhile, teams they don't even have to be the worst, and they can get number 1, and they could worst losing streak of all time last season. It gets to a point that violence is the only answer. But we're not going to do that here today. Mostly because I'm out of bullets. But it's all right. In talking about this game, we did a lot of things far better that we should have done in the previous game. Guarding Jalen Brunson, keeping him from getting to his spots. We were able to make life a hell of a lot more difficult for Karl Anthony Towns after those daggers he gave us in that previous game. Multiple different Knicks in double figures. This was a team effort on their part to push us this far. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm scared. Something's going to happen. And then, of course, you got OG Anunoby with that shot. How did you do that shot, OG? How? Hello? Do you hear me? Or you just going to keep walking? You're not going to explain. All right. I want to take this time to also issue some praise to Tobias Harris, the man whose name is that of an Old Testament character. He came through in a big way for us. He's mostly played pretty damn great this entire series, except he played better in this particular game, I think, more than any of the other games. And I think after he took this hit from Duren on accident, it's like his wires got crossed. His inadequacy momentarily disappeared and he became serviceable. It's almost like how back in the day, you had those TVs with the fat back. Sometimes to get it to work, you have to hit it repeatedly to remind it. Sometimes violence is the answer. I don't know. And Jalen Brunson's hair, by the way, that is an immaculate brick wall. I've never seen something so precise, so detailed. Ausar Thompson, MVP for us this game. Defensive stalwart, more often than not. He's a great defender. But offensively doing what he did tonight, I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy for his brother, too. He's doing great in Houston. The both of them. I think Cade had an okay game. Could have a better one. I know he's more than capable of doing better than what he gave us in this game. But his free throws and being able to make them down the stretch and do it with consistency, not missing any but just a one, great. Leadership on the court as well. Great intangibles. So even if he isn't giving you his offensive best, he'll make up for it in other areas. Meanwhile, if you're Doc Rivers and you don't give your best as a coach, he'll make up for it in excuses.
I wish y'all would tell the whole story about this picture. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? My ass was first, the mic was second.
How do you blow an 8-point lead in 33 seconds?
I'm gonna find out what the hell happened here.
The investigation has begun. AJ Green, how do you not make your free throws in such a crucial moment? I can't blame Doc Rivers for that. This Nembhard 3, I think Giannis should have closed the distance between them better. So far, nothing I can blame Doc Rivers for. Now let's see what happens here. I think that that's Gary Trent's fault. Actually, both he and AJ Green can share the blame. Why would you remain stationary in this situation? So somebody can just overcut you? That Halliburton and one could have been better defended, letting him just run down the lane, and Giannis was there. He could have made more of an effort, I believe. And it's almost like Doc Rivers forgot he had a timeout right here.
To Green. Oh no! And he loses it.
Blinded by the lights.
And then Halliburton once again runs in and does this amazing lay-in. Those are two possessions in which I believe Giannis should have done better. He won a Defensive Player of the Year. He's a multi-time MVP. I refuse to let you get by me like that. We saw how El Burro stepped up in the clutch. Where was this moment for Giannis? He had two opportunities. None of this excuses Doc Rivers, though. 2 timeouts he called. And what did they do? Absolutely nothing. If anything, it made the Bucks' chances worse. What did you even have planned? What were you drawing? My God. And now we arrive to this entanglement. I saw this out of context. I saw this before I had a chance to watch the entire game. I was downright speckled-dorked. I said, what the hell is happening? What's gotten into him? He's rabid. You think just because you're a senior citizen I won't fold you like laundry? Get out my face, Bambi. You a false demigod. Oh, yeah? Back in my day, we would have made venison out your ass. Go take a nap before I give you a permanent one. You jive Greek turkey. Charles Oakley was right. You know you'd be coming off the bench in the 80s. I used to have a Jerry curl back then, and I would have had your ass comb it. When I'm through with you, you'll be eating from the same tube you use as your catheter. Tell your girl she left her walker at my house. Now, Giannis is a very even-keeled, down-to-earth guy. For him to act out like this, I knew there had to be a reason. He wouldn't just start going at somebody like this without being provoked. And then I found out why. This man in question is Halliburton's father. And he made it a point to walk out on the court after the game and approach Giannis to talk that spiciness while waving a towel with Halliburton on it. Now imagine if this was you. Emotions are running high, your season is over, your friend and right-hand guy tore his Achilles just a game ago, and you've mostly done everything statistically possible to keep your team afloat, only to be outed by the same team that outed you last year. And the father of the player who just iced the shot to end your season and send you home yet again is now up in your face being disrespectful. You're not trying to hear all that. And this caused a huge commotion at the end of the game. Halliburton's father's behavior is unacceptable. Giannis and how he responded wasn't all that good either. Altercations always require 2 or more people to tango, but Giannis was justified in how he felt, and he gave a very eloquent response after this game in explaining himself, and something he said really hit home for me too, because he was talking about how people act after winning, after achieving victory. They'll begin to punch down and be disrespectful. They'll treat you as lesser and look down on you and think, well, because I won, it gives me the green light to do this. I 100% reject that notion. I don't agree with that at all. An example of what I'm talking about is picture somebody dunks on you in the middle of a game. Okay, you dunked on me. Don't stand over me and look down and say, oh, you a bitch. You would like, what are you doing? You doing too much. See, now you turning this into something that it doesn't have to be. Like, calm your ass down. Now you're creating an altercation. People will achieve a big win and act small in victory. And that's exactly what Halliburton's father did. We may have very well seen Giannis play his last game as a Buck. I don't imagine him staying. If he does, he's not going to be playing meaningful basketball that he wants to play, that's winning at a high level or in contention at a high level. I don't want him to go to the Warriors. I don't want him to go to the Lakers. Don't go out west, period, actually. I'm tired of stars going to the west. Stay in the East, go to the Miami Heat, or come to the Pistons. Something in my throat. Sorry about that.
2 really good games back to back. I didn't get to make a video on Magic versus Celtics. I will try to talk about that. I'm very sorry to Cavs fans for not having a video on Miami Heat versus Cavaliers. I did have game 3 or 4 or what? I think, yeah, 1 or 2. I don't know. I can't remember. They got blocked, and then I said, okay, I could try to re-edit this and fix it, but then there's some other games happening that I have to prioritize more, as I know more people want to watch those and see those. I had to drop it. This will not happen in the second round. I will try my best to make sure that it doesn't. It is now 2:36 in the morning at the time of me having to re-edit this video, because I don't know what YouTube is on for these playoffs, but they've changed drastically and just how they interpret what fair use is and all that, at least for these playoffs. Maybe it's just different or something. I don't know. They changed something. And now I have to watch Clippers and Nuggets. I believe the Nuggets won from what I last looked at. I will have that at the latest sometime in the morning, hopefully. Oh yeah, well, 60K right there. Like and subscribe if you are new. Thank you all so very much for watching, making it this far, and I will see you on the next one.